Hey guys, so I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Marshmallow Fireside and Black Cherry Merlot candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the blends collection for the semi-annual sale that we are in now. The notes on this read toasted marshmallow, crystallized amber, wild black cherries, and velvety red wine. So I have to admit, I really don't have the interest or enthusiasm for reviewing candles individually anymore as I used to previously, unless the candle is just really inspiring in a way where it's like it really knocks my socks off because the fragrance is really great, or something's just like truly insulting, like rosewater, ivy, and vanilla bean, where it's like completely deceptive, and I feel like I have to inform the masses about the deception that Bath and Body Works is pulling. So in either of those scenarios, then I might be inspired to do a candle review. But otherwise, it's just all kind of take it or leave it at this point. I just really don't have much of an interest in it. But this candle, I'm actually really enjoying and really loving, so I was inspired to do a candle review on this one. So let's get into it. So yeah, I already had the notes on it. This is basically Marshmallow Fireside mixed with Black Cherry Merlot, but the reason why this is so excellent in my book is that it is very similar to Radiant Red Maple, which was a one-hit wonder from many, many years ago that I loved so much, and it has never come back. And so I was saying in my live a few days ago that once you go to burn this is very reminiscent of Radiant Red Maple, and I've seen a lot of other comments and reviews saying the same thing, so it seems like a lot of us are on the same page of this being very similar to Radiant Red Maple. So if you are somebody who loves Radiant Red Maple, I highly urge you to check this candle out. It's excellent, and right now it's $12.47, which isn't as good as like the $8 price point we had with the coupon over the weekend, but I would have still even recommended at $12, especially when we're looking at Radiant Red Maple for like 40 to 60 bucks on Mercari. So yeah, definitely check it out. So what does it smell like? Well, obviously it's a blend of the two candles. I say you predominantly get Marshmallow Fireside most, like very strong on the Marshmallow Fireside, and just a little bit of Black Cherry Merlot. And the Black Cherry Merlot doesn't even necessarily seem like the entire like Black Cherry Merlot candle as it exists like on its own, where you get like this really like fruity Welch's like cherry juice, cough syrup type of vibe is very much present in that candle. I don't even think the whole kit and caboodle is just placed into this candle, and rather just like traces of it, because it's not really super strong on the cherry Merlot fragrance, to be completely honest. And I think this is indeed blending the later versions of Black Cherry Merlot that is kind of popular and we all know now, rather than that very obscure first version we got in the Cork and Vine collection, which was a completely different fragrance. But I do believe it's using the latter, newer versions of Black Cherry Merlot that we all kind of know at this point. But you get Marshmallow Fireside, which is an amazing, excellent, like Slatkin & Co. masterpiece. It's this velvety, toasted marshmallow fragrance where you get the sweet, ooey gooey stickiness and the velvety texture and the powderiness of the marshmallow, but it's mixed with almost like this sharp, like embers and fiery, smoky, toasty quality to it that gives it a extra coziness and a depth to it that's absolutely excellent. And it's great for like a fall time fragrance. That this fragrance really seems like a fall fragrance that I most certainly want to pick up another one to burn for the fall time. But you do get that very like quintessentially fall into winter Marshmallow Fireside fragrance that we all kind of know and love. That's very, very, very present in here, but what happens is that little bit extra of the Black Cherry Merlot gives it like this sort of juicy brightness and sweetness that makes a nice contrast between the coziness of Marshmallow Fireside, and it actually kind of brings out Marshmallow Fireside a little bit better in the sense that there is something to contrast it with. And there's like this juicy fruitiness that comes off like a fermented fruit in the sense that I guess alcohol or Merlot or wine or beer or whatever has that sort of like fermented fragrance to, like a fermented fruit fragrance is definitely in here. And so you get that little bit of like a bright, juicy, fermented, like fruitiness mixed with Marshmallow Fireside. And it's just like the combination of two is just really nice and just oh so reminiscent to Radiant Red Maple. And so if you recall, Radiant Red Maple, even though it didn't like, explicitly state that it was a blend, I highly believe that it was always Marshmallow Fireside mixed with an apple fragrance. And I love Marshmallow Fireside, so I loved when the apple was mixed in there. And the apple and Radiant Red Maple also give a very similar, like fermented apple fruit, juicy, like quality mixed with that same exact Marshmallow Fireside fragrance. So that was kind of like Marshmallow Fireside plus apple, and this is Marshmallow Fireside plus cherry, but very similar in the sense that they both have this fermented, juicy fruit note. So the fragrances are very, very, very similar. Radiant Red Maple is a little bit more stronger and intense, and the apple is definitely a little bit more brighter and more present than the cherry is in this blend. But when you compare the two side by side, you can tell that they're different fragrances, but still, oh my god, so similar, very much sibling fragrances, and very much like the same type of concept going on with both candles. I still have the old Radiant Red Maple to compare to, and so yeah, they're still quite similar, but you can tell that one is a little bit more, I guess, apple, and this one's maybe a little bit more cherry, but Radiant Red Maple definitely is stronger on the fruit note than this is. But yes. So I don't know. It's just simply excellent that we have something that's so reminiscent to Radiant Red Maple here in 2023. So I'm excited about that. Moving on to the performance, this is great too in the sense that Marshmallow Fireside usually duds out like crazy. I've tried versions with the coral wicks on it and the rope-like wicks on it, and they always nub out just like terrible. Whereas this one, because it's a new blend and they're, putting different fragrance oils in it, has a different like formula than just plain old Marshmallow Fireside, that it's burning a lot better. It has the thick rope-like wicks that, so like crazy. Make sure you're always trimming them no more than 3 hours, and you usually can manage it and it's fine. Deep even wax pull in no time. So the performance and the burn on this is great in the sense that it doesn't dud out like so quickly and tragically like Marshmallow Fireside does. So we're good to go there. The throw is very medium. I would say 4 to 5 in a bedroom, and it's for some reason it's very easy to get nose blind to. That it's like if you're sitting in the same room as it kind of like gets very much nose blind. But like when you walk out of the room and go back in, like there's this beautiful Marshmallow Fireside Black Cherry Merlot fragrance enveloping the room that you can still smell it. It's like one of those lighter fragrances that still permeate and travel far, but still easy to go nose blind to. So it's just one of those like weird finicky fragrances. But I would say like 4 to a 5, but it could like, permeate and throw up to a 6, even though the strength's a little bit lighter. But it's kind of on par with how, I guess, wonky and sometimes light Marshmallow Fireside can be. And I believe Radiant Red Maple was still stronger than this, but it's still adequate and you can still smell it. And like, the one thing nice about it is I don't get sick of it or get suffocated by it, that I can kind of burn it all the time. This has really just been my go-to candle for the past few days where I'm like, I wake up, what do I want to burn? I go straight to this. So there's a performance on this. Overall, if you're a fan of Marshmallow Fireside, definitely check this out. It just gives like a fruity twist to it, and it gives like a, I don't know, extra juiciness and a fermented fruit action that I do enjoy, and it's kind of unique. I think there's a lot of talk about Radiant Red Maple smelling like rubbing alcohol, and I can see that in the sense that there's like this like alcoholic fermentation kind of vibe going on with the fruit, so I do understand that. But of course, if you do enjoy Radiant Red Maple, I would highly check this one out as well. Very much recommended, even at the $12.47 price point. So yeah, it's just I don't know, tickles my fancy that there is a Radiant Red Maple like semi dupe here in 2023. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.